Have you ever just stared at a photo and wondered, how did they get that perfect professional party makeup look? Well, guess what? It's a skill you can absolutely learn right at home. In this explainer, we're going to break it all down step by step so you can become your very own makeup artist. Let's dive right in.
So here's our game plan. We'll start with getting the right mindset, then we'll get into prepping your skin, the perfect canvas. After that, it's all about building your base, setting everything with powder, making your features pop, and then of course adding those gorgeous final touches. We're covering the whole shebang, from start to finish.
Okay, before we even think about touching a brush, we need to talk philosophy. It's all about empowerment, really. The idea here is that you don't need fancy, expensive classes to get good at makeup. It's about learning the techniques that work for you.
And I just love this quote from our source. The message is so powerful. Makeup is something you can totally teach yourself. Seriously, forget about spending a fortune on classes. With just a little bit of practice, you can get those pro-level results, I promise.
So, where does a flawless look actually begin? Spoiler alert, it's not with the foundation. It's all about your skin. Prepping your skin the right way is the absolute non-negotiable first step if you want to avoid that dry, cakey look nobody wants.
Let's get into the nitty-gritty. First, do your regular skincare routine. Then, and this is the secret weapon, apply a face oil. It stops your base from looking cracked later on. But, and this is important, you gotta give it a solid 5 minutes to really sink in. And here's a golden rule. Your beauty blender must be damp. A dry sponge just sucks up all your product, but a damp one presses it right into your skin for that amazing glowy finish. Okay, so your skin is prepped and feeling good, but what about those stubborn dark circles or little acne marks that are still hanging around? How do we make those just disappear? Well, the answer is a pro technique called color correcting.
So what on earth is color correcting? It sounds super technical, right? But it's actually simple. Think back to art class and the color wheel. You're just using a color that's opposite to your discoloration to cancel it out. So, for those bluish dark circles, we use something orange to neutralize them before foundation even enters the picture.
And the process itself? Surprisingly easy. Step 1, dab an orange corrector on your dark areas. Step 2, cover that orange with a concealer that's a bit darker than your skin. And Step 3, blend a concealer that perfectly matches your skin tone right over the top. Now the source jokes you might feel like you look like Manjulika in that middle stage, but you have to trust the process. It all blends out beautifully.
See? Canvas is prepped and totally even. Now it's time for the fun part, building on top of it with foundation and the first layers of color to get that truly flawless base.
When you're putting on foundation, don't forget your neck. We want it all to match seamlessly. Then, grab your damp blender, and remember, we pat, pat, pat. We're dabbing, not wiping or dragging. And, for a little pro trick, use a concealer that's one shade brighter than your skin, just under your eyes. It gives this incredible lifting and brightening effect.
All right, all our liquid and cream products are on. Now we've reached one of the most critical stages, the one that's going to make or break how long your makeup lasts all night. It's time to set it all with powder.
Okay, listen up, because this is the golden rule that so many people get wrong, and it can totally ruin your look. Once you put on that setting powder, you are done with any liquid or cream products. Finished. If you try to put a liquid blush on top of powder, you're just going to get a patchy, muddy mess. It's simple. Liquids and creams first, then powders.
So just think of your makeup process in two distinct phases. Phase 1, before powder, is when you use all your liquids, your cream contour, your liquid blush, all of that. Then, once you've set your face, you enter Phase 2. Now you're only using powder products, like your powder blush, your bronzer, your highlighter. Sticking to this order is the real secret to a smooth, flawless finish. So how do we make our makeup totally bulletproof for a long party? We use a technique called baking. It sounds intense, but all it means is putting a thick layer of loose powder on key areas and letting your body heat literally bake it into your skin. This locks your concealer in place and, bonus, it stops your makeup from transferring onto your phone screen. Here's exactly how you do it, and it's easier than it sounds. Take a triangular puff, get a good amount of powder, and just press it right under your eyes. Then, just leave it there. Go to your eyeshadow, fill in your brows. After a few minutes, grab a big fluffy brush and just gently sweep away the extra powder. That's it. Okay, our base is set, locked and loaded. Now it's time for the really artistic part, adding all the color, dimension, and definition to really make our features pop.
You do not need to be a professional artist to get a gorgeous party eye.
Start with a light brown in your crease and just use a simple back and forth windshield wiper motion. Next, pack your main eyeshadow color on the outer corner and blend it towards the middle. And here's the best tip. For glitter, forget the brush. Use your finger. Just press it right onto the center of your lid. The payoff is incredible.
Here are a few quick-fire pro tips for you. 1. Always curl your lashes before you put on mascara. If you do it after, you could break them. 2. For your brows, mix a brown and a black shadow together. Using pure black can look way too harsh. And 3. Don't you dare skip the spoolie. That little brush on the end is crucial for blending everything out for a soft, natural look. Okay, let's talk about contouring. I know this word can be a little intimidating, but all it really is using a darker powder to create some shadows. It's about enhancing your natural bone structure, defining your features, and giving yourself that really beautiful sculpted, chiseled effect. We are on the home stretch. We have built the base, we've defined the features, and now it is time to pull it all together with those final little touches that just complete the entire look. Here is our final product checklist. A little pop of powder blush brings life back into the cheeks. Then, sweep some highlighter on the high points of your face, cheekbones, the bridge of your nose, for that essential glow. Always use a lip liner first. It gives you a clean shape and stops your lipstick from bleeding. Then, just fill in with your lipstick and add a little gloss on top for that perfect party pout.
We've done all this amazing work, but there's one last, final step that is absolutely essential to make sure it all lasts through a long night of fun.
And that, my friends, is a makeup fixer, or a setting spray. This is the magic potion that basically melts all those powder and cream layers together so nothing looks cakey. It locks everything in place for hours, and just like the source says, it gives you that final, instantly glowy boost. This is what will make your masterpiece last.
So this brings us back to our big question. Is getting a beautiful makeup look some kind of exclusive art form, reserved only for the pros? Or is it actually a skill that anyone, and I mean you, can totally master with the right knowledge and a little bit of practice? After walking through all these steps, I think the answer is pretty clear.